Hello everybody, this is Damien Reviews American Patriots Boston Tea Party. American Patriots Boston Tea Party was developed and published by Cult Software, the same guys who brought Stones of Sorrow and The Warrior. The game came out in September 2017 and it's a turn-based historical war game. The game is set during the American Revolution and you play the American rebels fighting the British for the independence of America. Though it's set in Boston and doesn't follow any kind of historical significance or story. Boston is more of a setting than anything else because the game doesn't actually follow any historical battles. So it's a bit of a problem there, but well. Actually, the guys who created Cult Software said in the Steam store page that the game isn't meant to be historical, just more of a fun game set during the American Revolution, which I am absolutely fine with, as long as that's kind of stated. So let's talk about the gameplay. The gameplay is simple, but it's very nice. It's a turn-based war game, as I said before, so each side takes turns moving their army and attacking the other army until the enemy is dead. Pretty simple. There are two armies, red for the British forces and blue for the American rebels. You simply move your forces into position, then click on the enemy soldier you want to damage. There's no chance involved, as in no dice rolls or cards, just simple click on an enemy and damage that unit. There are 4 different units in the game. You have infantry, cavalry, artillery and the general. They all have kind of varying health, movement speed and damage. Obviously the artillery being I think the artillery is actually the most damaging. Maybe the general, but I think the general actually just has the most life. But another thing which I enjoyed about is that factors on the map do play a part in the game, such as churches heal your forces and rivers lower the defenses of units, which I like the fact that the map kind of plays a role in the battle, which is what it should be if you're playing a war game. While the gameplay is simple, I found it to be really fun. As a side note, it really reminded me of Richard Borg's Battle Cry game set during the American Civil War. And that's the same Richard Borg that created the Memoir 44 game, which I am also currently playing. But an annoying thing, here's an annoying thing about the game that I was kind of miffed about. The game, or the campaign, I'll put campaign in inverted commas, only has 4 missions. You can literally finish this game in an hour and 10 minutes. I'm not happy with that. Though, what I will say is the missions that you are given, it's fun. It is fun. I'm not going to lie. It is a fun game in that aspect, but I just wish they gave a bit more. The graphics are basic. Like pretty much just like toy soldiers that are kind of painted red and blue. There's nothing more you can say on that. Though, the map that they use for the battlefields is quite nice. I'm a stickler for maps. I love maps. I love historical, kind of old worldy, treasure map kind of looking maps. I love the Middle Earth. I love Middle Earth maps. I love the Game of Thrones maps, Westeros and stuff like that. I just love maps. So when they showed a map as the kind of battlefield, I was like, oh hey, I like that. The sounds of the game are fine. When you attack, you hear gunfire. It's grand. There's no like, oh god, it's gonna blow my eardrums, or it's no like, what the hell was that? Is that a gunshot? No, it's fine. Though there is only one song in the game. Can you guess what it is? Because I'll tell you anyway. It's the American National Anthem. Again and again. I have no problem with America, whatever, all that, but that gets a little bit repetitive, hearing it a lot. So, let's just kind of get into what I'm trying to say about the game. The game is pretty fun, but it's way too short. Way too short. Also, I would have liked that the battles had more of a historical context. I get that that's not what Cult Software were going for, but I would have liked it if that's the way they were going, especially if they're going to kind of base it around a historical war. The cost of the game is 99 cents or 79 pence in Britain. So it's 99 cents in Europe, 79 pence in Britain, or 99 cents in the US. And in my opinion, it's well worth the money. Well worth it. As I said previously, it is an hour and 10 minutes worth of a game, but for 99¢, I mean, what else can you get for 99¢? That's gonna, give you pleasure for, well, woohoo, hey, you, woo, but you know what I mean, make you happy for an hour. So, it's a very fun game, especially for war gamers or people who like board games. But gamers in general will enjoy it. But for people who like war games or people who are board games, they will enjoy it maybe a little bit more. Though it is extremely short, as I previously mentioned, which is disappointing. So I'll do my scores. Graphics, I'll give it a 0.5. There's nothing amazing in it, but it's not horrible either. Also, I like maps, as I previously stated. So. Sound, again, nothing is horrible. It's not going to blow your eardrums. You're not going to figure out what the hell that sound is. Though the American anthem will go through your head. The American national anthem will go through your head. Like I said, I have no problem with America, but hearing that again and again and again will go through your head. Worth, I will give it a whole 1 point out of 1. I think for 99¢, it's well worth it. As I said, even for an hour. It's a very fun game, so I think 99¢ is justifiable. Story. Now, this is an odd one. Oh, not an odd one, but you know what I mean. I'll give it a 0.5 out of 2. And the reason for this is only because it has the American War as a backstory. The American Revolutionary War as a backstory. If it was called Flip Flop and his war against the Magalagogs, there's nothing there. What the hell is that? So... But it has the American Revolutionary War as a backstory. So that's why it's getting some for that. And the gameplay, it's a fun game, though. Oh, sorry, I didn't. Yeah, the gameplay I'm giving 3 points. The reason for that, okay, it's a fun game, but it's nothing to write home about. But when I was playing it, I really enjoyed it. Okay, now for me, the gameplay is 3 out of 5. Okay. But, if it's 4 or 5, we're talking about kind of Skyrim, Fallout kind of levels, Doom levels here. I'm not talking, this game, nowhere near that. So, maybe I'm being a little bit generous to 3 also. But, like I said, I thoroughly enjoyed it when I was playing it. So, excuse me, sorry. I thoroughly enjoyed it when I was playing it. So, that's why I'm giving it a 3. So, that gives American Patriots Boston Tea Party a grand total of 5.5 out of 10. That is my review, and as always, thanks for watching.